My husband had an affair with my best friend. Now, they want me to forgive them. Imagine discovering that your husband had an affair with your best friend, and now, they both want you to forgive them. What would you do? What if everything you thought was solid, your marriage, your friendship, was all built on lies? I had always prided myself on having the perfect life. My marriage to Ryan was strong, built on years of trust, love, and shared memories. We had been together for over 7 years, and I never questioned our connection. I also had the best friend I could ever ask for, Amanda. We'd known each other since college, and I considered her a sister. I trusted her with everything. But that all came crashing down the day I found out about the affair. It was a normal Wednesday when I decided to check my phone while I was out shopping. I had just received a message that caught my attention, but not in a way I expected. It wasn't from Ryan or Amanda, but from a number I didn't recognize. The message simply read, "I'm sorry, but you need to know the truth. Ryan has been cheating on you with Amanda." I couldn't keep the secret anymore. I stared at the screen in disbelief. The words didn't make sense. Ryan, my husband, the man I had built a life with, had been cheating on me? And with Amanda, the one person I trusted above all else? I couldn't breathe. The world around me began to spin, and I felt an overwhelming sense of panic. My heart raced as I frantically called both Ryan and Amanda, but neither answered. When I finally made it home, the house felt eerily quiet. Ryan was sitting on the couch, scrolling through his phone. He looked up when I entered, but there was something in his eyes. Guilt, shame, maybe even fear. He could tell something was wrong, but he didn't know that I already knew. I took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "Ryan, we need to talk." He put his phone down and stood up. "What's going on, babe? You look pale." I didn't waste any time. "Is it true?" I asked, my voice trembling. "Did you have an affair with Amanda?" For a moment, Ryan's face was a mix of shock and panic. He opened his mouth, but the words didn't come right away. When they did, they were weak and apologetic. "Look, he started, but I cut him off. "I need to hear the truth," I said, my voice firm. "Don't lie to me. I already know." He sighed, his shoulders slumping. "Yes," he admitted, "I did. I'm so sorry, but it's true. It happened a few months ago. We got caught up in something. I didn't mean for it to happen, but I couldn't stop it." The words hit me like a slap to the face. I felt the ground beneath me shift, and I struggled to hold back the tears. "How could you do this? With her? My best friend." I choked on the words. Ryan reached for me, but I stepped back. "I don't want to hear your excuses, Ryan. This is beyond anything I can even comprehend right now." Just then, the doorbell rang. I froze, unable to move, dreading who I would see when I opened the door. I knew who it was before I even answered. Amanda stood on the doorstep, looking nervous, as if she was prepared for the confrontation she knew was inevitable. But what I wasn't prepared for was what she said next. "I'm so sorry, Emma," she began, her voice full of remorse. "I've ruined everything, and I don't know how to make it right. I made a terrible mistake. Ryan and I..." She stopped herself, clearly struggling to find the right words. I didn't let her finish. "You're standing here telling me this now? After everything that's happened? After you betrayed me in the worst possible way?" I could feel my anger rising, but I was too hurt to even process it. Amanda looked like she wanted to say more, but nothing came out. Her face was pale, her eyes red from crying, but I could barely find it in me to sympathize. The betrayal was too fresh, too painful. I couldn't understand why they would do this to me, and worse, why they thought I should just forgive them. Ryan stood behind Amanda, guilt written all over his face. "Emma, please. I never wanted to hurt you. I love you. You're my everything, and I'm so sorry." His words seemed hollow. I had heard them before, but they meant nothing now. He had broken my trust, and with Amanda, of all people, my best friend, the woman who knew all my secrets, my fears, my dreams. "Why?" I asked, my voice small and broken. "Why her? Why did you do this to me?" Amanda hung her head. "I never wanted to hurt you either, Emma, but I got caught up in something, and it was wrong. It was a terrible mistake." For a moment, the room was silent, heavy with unspoken emotions. I could feel the anger, the betrayal, the hurt, and yet, there was something else buried deep inside of me. Confusion. I didn't know how to feel, what to do. I didn't know if I should scream or cry, or simply walk away. "Tell me why I should forgive you," I whispered. How do I even begin to forgive this? The truth was I didn't know. But in that moment, I realized something important. I couldn't decide anything until I took time to process this. Forgiveness wasn't something that could happen instantly. It was something that took time. And I wasn't ready to give them either of those things. I turned and walked away, leaving both of them standing in the doorway, their apologies hanging in the air like a cloud. I didn't have the answers, but what I did have was the power to decide my own future. And for the first time in a long time, I was going to take control of my life again. As the days went by, I didn't rush into making any decisions. I needed to heal first, to give myself the space to understand what had happened. And when I was ready, I would make the choice that was best for me. Whether that meant forgiving them, or moving on, only time would tell. But one thing was for sure. This wasn't the end of my story. It was just the beginning of a new chapter, and I would write it on my own terms.